Bonjour everyone, how's it going? It's me, Femme4. I wanted to talk about a topic today that has sent me into the giggles. That is right, today is all about tickle torture. Duh, duh, duh. First order of preparation, however, is hitting that subscribe button. No, but seriously, try not to laugh as we go through these 3 key questions about tickle torture. Number 1, what is tickle torture? Number 2, why do people like it? And number 3 tips for tickle torturing. Number 1, what is it? Tickle torture, as fun and innocent as it sounds, is actually an act we classify with BDSM. Why is that? Because it is called tickle torture, it is actually referenced in terms of a person, i.e. the bottom, is receiving tickles from the other person, i.e. the top, even if unwillingly. This is where safe words come in. The unwilling factor of tickle torture can be played to very many different degrees. It can go from you continuing to tickle someone even after they're breathless from laughter, to having your bottom tied up, gagged, and completely at your mercy. Number 2, why do people like it? Now, being someone who has practiced tickle torture upon one of my subs, I will say this carries a very youthful joy to both the bottom and the top. Being in a dom position, I will say I was almost providing a caregiver role in a sense of providing this safe space for them to be pushed to their limits in a fun and pleasurable way. After all, I am pushing the tickling sensations to another level. Now, like I say in any fetish video, sexual attractions can stem from various experiences. In this case, it can be the reasonings of perhaps you experienced tickling when you're a child or growing up, and this can either be a good experience or a bad experience that has left almost a mark or is imprinted upon your sexual desire as you grew up. And when I say this, I like to also clarify that doesn't actually mean something sexual happened to you while you were being tickled as a kid. It is something that you revisited in terms of a good way or a bad way when you think about it in a memory, and it has imprinted in various aspects of different areas of your life. I like to just think about all the tickling games we like to give to babies and little kids when we're tickling their toes, etc. Or perhaps you're craving to explore this act and dynamic because you didn't have a chance to experience it before. However it stemmed into your sexual desire, either way, most people who actually experience the tickle torture kink, the ones who are the bottoms who like being tickled, most of them really enjoy just commonly the mindfuck of not having control of when the person stops. Thus, the main attraction really is just being pushed to the edge with different sensations, kind of like basically masochists when they like being pushed with their pain, except these people like a less pain-centered experience. In fact, they want a forced, pleasurable experience. Now, time to tickle your knowledge with the last topic. 3 tips for tickle torture. Number 1, negotiate any off-limit areas. Sometimes there are places that don't actually tickle, but perhaps even provide pain or even some emotional triggers. Be sure to let your top know what sort of places would ruin the laughter vibe for you before you start playing. Number 2, be wary of the emotions that hide in our body. We hold emotions in our body. Who knew? So, when we arrive at certain states of catharsis, i.e. an experience of releasing emotion from the body in a very physical way, sometimes our laughter vibrations that are shaking in our vocal cords, in our body, and our shaky movements might shake some held emotions loose. If this arises, do not panic. You're simply feeling something that your body has unlocked for you to feel. For example, a lot of us hold a lot of deep fear, hurt, and more in our hips. So many people will feel extra sensitive about tickling any deeper than a light touch there. Which brings me to my last tip. Number 3, start soft. The body is absolutely freaking amazing on how much it can pick up on sensations. Play around with that phenomenon. Figure out kind of with a light touch, almost doing a body map of your bottom's body, the person you're tickling, and kind of seeing which places are extra sensitive, which places aren't. So it kind of almost gives you a nice cue of where to go back, and then we'll start tickling a little bit deeper. I also say start soft because if you're ramping up your partner's, your bottom's adrenaline with a lot of harsh tickles, they almost are getting their body used to a lot of more deeper sensations, a lot more stronger sensations, so thus the light touch tickles probably won't have as much sensitivity. Think of it as a one-way hail to Tickle Town. Be sure to follow my bonus links for lots more content to these fun videos, and as well as make sure you subscribe and like if you learned something today. Also, I do offer one-on-one video calls as well as paid Q&A. That simply means head to my contact link below if you want to schedule a one-on-one coaching call with me or ask your paid sex ed question. Alright, time for you to get giggling. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. It is me, Vancouver.